What's going on, guys? MC here for my first ever FIFA investing trading video, and I just know that I've been doing this quite a bit for about all of FIFA 18 that I thought, you know what, I've been getting pretty good at this, and I'd love for me to kind of grow a niche community of who I can give advice to and tell you what I think is going to happen with trading. And guys, I can show you what my current team and what my transfer list is looking like, just because this is my first ever video on the channel. And then we can go from there and talk about what I think is going to be happening with all these Futmas promotions and my current investments and stuff like that. And as you guys can see, I'm currently just listing up all my Rafaels, Dantes, and a few Cruces up for just lazy buyers. One has sold since this entire time that I've been listing them up, but hey, for about 30k, which is like 10k more than what they're currently going for, I'll take it. It's just free money. Always have your items be listed up, and I do have those informs just because I knew they were too cheap when I bought most of them for right around 20 to 22k. Dante's especially, like all around that 20 to 22k. And then I think during Futmas SBC, or in general, if I hold on to them long enough for the icon SBCs, they'll go up to about 30 to, hopefully I'm hoping for 35k, but I'm expecting realistically for them to hit about 30k per card, which is about 10k per profit per card. And with me having just over 20 of them, I had 20 when I started, but I sold a few of them over the weekend just before the crash happened because I wanted to have some more coins to invest in. Well, I'll show you down below. Besides these Mirandas, because I picked up all these Mirandas for about 15k to 16k, just in general over this market crash, like period weekend that just happened, because I knew that they would be up, and already Miranda's up to about 17k. So that was a pretty safe investment. I have a few of those, and I have a ton of cards because currently my transfer list is just about 100, and I have about 50 unassigned cards or 40 unassigned cards, which I can get to once I sell this investment, which I spent a lot of money on, not these random cards, but Salas. And I bought a ton of Salas all on bid. I have about I'll probably say about 60 on my transfer list right now, and I have about 30 or 20 or something like that unassigned. So I'd say in general about 100 Salas, which is gonna be nice money. And the reason why I really think mass investing is the way to go this FIFA is because you can pick up, say, 100 of a card, say an inform of that team of the week on a Saturday when they're the cheapest, and you can pick them all up for that lowest price, and then they will eventually rise up. Like, they have to rise up just because they're not going to be in packs anymore. Well, not necessarily all of them, but if you can find those good investments, buy 100 of those cards, and then if they raise 1k, then you're making 100,000 coins, 2k, 200,000. Obviously, there is a tax involved, but with most of these investments, you make a whole lot of coins on them. And right now, I bought all these Salas for about 4,000 coins. Currently, he's selling for just about 4,900. I assume he'll get up to about 6,000 to 7,000. 6,000 was my bare minimum estimate for what he'll rise to before Player of the Month. Obviously, I will be selling into the hype, which is one of the most basic, like, fundamental trading method. Like, not even trading, but just knowing when to sell your items. Sell into the hype, always. I think, no, this is my solid page. I have a bunch of tabs loaded up in my little tab key for this video, so hopefully that goes well. But as you guys can see, I knew that Sala was up to about 7k with that team of the week hype after Black Friday had just gone past, where he was selling for about 4,000. So once I saw him down near that 4,000, I knew I could get a bunch of him on bid for 4,000 or cheaper. I just went ham, and I knew that he would rise back up, and currently he's up to just under 5,000. I would expect if I wanted to sell them, I could post them for 4,900, 5,000, and they would sell. But make sure to sell one at a time if you do mass invest, just so you don't undercut yourself or have other people undercut all your mass amounts of cards. But I plan on waiting until Thursday, maybe Friday morning if I want to be a little bit risky with that investment. It's definitely not worth it for me to keep it. Even if he is a requirement, I don't think he'll go up that much just because there's so much investments in him. So selling him into the hype is definitely going to be a nice way for me to make about 200,000 coins, which is an easy 1 week 200,000 coin flip that anyone could have done, which is obviously my favorite. But guys, in general, you didn't come here to hear about my transfer list or what I'm doing currently. You want to know what you can do for Futmas. And guys, I think I'm even going to do this with a lot of my cards. And I can go into my club here and show you. I only have a few of these cards. The high rateds, we can search. We can refine this search on down to just gold cards. And then we'll just scroll on down to them. But we can look. My goodness. We can look. I do have some high rateds like Higuain, Buffon, Pepe, Fabregas, Miranda, Costa, Muller, and these guys that I think like will be useful during the Futmas time, but I think they are so mass invested because last year when Futmas came around, people weren't expecting it. People didn't know it was coming. But this year, people are planning for it. People saw this market dip, market crash over the weekend. Everyone got in. Everyone is invested in these 84s, 83s, and so on. But guys, I really think the safest way to play this is to sell a lot of them, especially the BPL ones, into the hype on Thursday or Friday, because once the Player of the Month SBC or even Futmas is announced, there's going to be a massive amount of people wanting to get out of their investments because this year there has been a massive amount of just new investors coming into the market, which is great. I love the investing community growing, but there has been a massive amount of people just joining into it because obviously it's fun. Like, I love this as much as I love gameplay. But like in general, like so many more investors, so many of them don't have the experience to really wait on an investment. They made it over the weekend. They want to sell it as soon as something's announced, especially with Player of the Month investments, and go from there. So I really do think that it's the smartest, most safe way to sell into the hype and then rebuy because they will be needed if they are needed for later Futmas SBCs. So you can sell them into the hype, make a few thousand coin profit per card, like these 84s where I got them for about 3K a card. You can sell them probably for 4,000 or 5,000, which we'll look at later on in the video right here, I think, for Index 84. But guys, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. I want to pace myself, or we might talk about a few different things in later videos. But since this is my first episode, first video in general, I really want to make sure you guys know what I'm thinking, what I plan on doing. So I do plan on selling a lot of these cards into the hype, clearing up my transfer list, and then going back in as soon as those panic sellers all just sell all their cards as soon as the Player of the Month drops or as soon as Futmas is announced, because there are so many investors that just can't wait. So that will be nice for me. I can reinvest even if it's a little bit more expensive. It'll still be the smart thing to do, and for those high rated Futmas cards that will be released, I think that they really will work out. So, I might even, no, I think I'll just go through everything, and we can maybe do another video that'll be tomorrow about where I have a few of the last year's FIFA 17 database and a few cards all pulled up with that type of stuff. So, be sure to check that out tomorrow. I think I'll just save that because this video might go on long enough. Just talking about what I think will be happening this one and what I plan on doing with that. But guys, we can look over here at the Index 100, and in general, I think the Index 100 is a piece of crap. Like, the overall market index, like, it's obvious. Like, the market momentum, sure, I like that, but it's pretty obvious to know when you're in a crash and when that type of stuff is going on. So I think the market 100 index is pretty pointless. I do like the market 84 and 86 indexes, just because it helps kind of give a little bit of light onto what cards, or like what the market is doing for those specific type of SBC used cards, because that is what is important for investors. Is not really if a card is up 1K or whatever, especially with how in the Index 100 these cards are so inaccurate for how much is plus or minus percentage wise. So I really do think that needs to be disregarded. I don't really care too much about that. But these are nice to tell where a market will sit at for certain SBCs when SBCs come out. Whereas, like, otherwise, what can you do? But, guys, this is the page that I really like to look at when it comes down to me investing. And that is where you go into the, like, FIFA 18 player database. You set the versions to gold or rare. Then you go over to min and max rating. You set it to 84 or 86 or whatever rating you want to invest in. And you can check out what their going price is. And even if it says 3.8, I can almost guarantee you when I load this up, it's going to say like 1 card or 2 cards for 3.8. Oh yeah, 4-1. Like I said, I did set this up a little while ago. So, oh frick, I just lost that tab. Well, we don't need to see Saul anymore, so we can go and quickly load up that again. But, for this type of, like, looking at investments, sorry guys, I just kind of got sidetracked there. But, for these types of investments, you can really look at the 84s and the 86s, and I saw that they were down. And when you can, like, see that a card is down, you look at them. Like, you're like, okay, what did this card go for before? Like, if there's a card that's lower than all the others. And another reason why I like Miranda is he's Brazilian, but that's besides the point right now. You can see he was down to about 17K. You could pick up a bunch for 15 or 16K on bids, just because people weren't thinking about him. And you can see that his minimum price is about 16 to 17K. And when he's, like, needed in SBCs, he can go up to 22 and so on and so forth. Like, he's planning on selling him for about 20. That's, like, about what I was expecting him to go to. But when he's needed in SBC, he'll probably go up to 22, 23, 24, 25. He has a cap of going up to 30,000 coins, I truly believe. Even though his price cap is 40, I think most likely, if he's really, really needed, he'll go up to about 40 or 30,000 coins, and I'll double my money on him, which would be nice. 15K a card that can't be looked in the mouth. But, like, this is how you can really look at what that type of card is selling for. You look at the cheapest 6, and those 6 will be used in those SBCs. Maybe a few that are right around there, but I doubt anyone's going to be using Harry Kane. Maybe Coutinho, but I doubt because he's 4,000 coins more, 5,000 coins more than this range. So, you can really tell that, like, those top few cards are the ones to invest in. Get on them on open bids or snipers and really just pick them up. As well as here, I have to resort by price. And obviously, guys, as you can tell, I do play on the PS4 market. So sorry if you're an Xbox market player. Obviously, a lot of the advice still carries over. It's just not exactly the same prices that carry over. But since I mostly do, like, mass investing and market, like, watching, it mostly should work for you guys as well. Just a little bit different on the prices maybe for those cards. But as you can see here, guys, I picked up most of my 84s for about 3,000 coins, and now they're all selling for about 4,000 coins, which means I already made a 1,000 coin profit on them. If I have 100 of them, that's 100,000 coins in that week. My guess is I might rise up to about 5,000 going into the hype of Player of the Month along with Futmas. So obviously, get out of those on Thursday or Friday morning, depending where you are, and make sure you're safe. Because I think the mass amounts that people have invested in these cards, they're going to flood the market, and then you're going to be able to rebuy them later. Guys, trust me, you will be able to rebuy them later. Or that's what I expect. That's what I've heard from other investors that I talk to on Twitter and on Twitch, which is a massive thing. Is if a lot of people, like, or a small few people think that this is going to happen. These are people I really, really trust. And I really think that it will work out like that. So, guys, I think I might just end off this episode, and we can go into some more detail about what will be happening later on. And I want to give you some more proof where we can look at some FIFA 17 players and more info about that for what will happen during Futmas and if it will happen and other stuff like that that should be helpful. I'm sorry I've been talking for a really long time. I don't want this video to go on too long. This all in one take. And guys, I just really hope that, like, some of this information does help you out when it comes down to searching and my advice for what I'm doing, which will be selling into the hype on Thursday with most of my cards, especially my Salas, and just kind of explaining the mass investing type of idea to you. I plan on putting out a lot more videos in the future, not necessarily daily. Maybe for Futmas, depending on what's happening, I might go daily, but I'll I'll do a few different fun videos going on with FIFA Ultimate Team trading, investing. I plan on being mostly an investing channel, but really it's kind of trading because you're going to be flipping over short-term investments. So it's just stuff that I can really think will go up, and I don't really like sniping and stuff like that, so I don't really like that connotation with trading. But guys, I really do hope this does help you. I think it might be just a little bit too late to hop in on these investments, but I would assume a lot of you already have these investments, and I just want to give you my advice on when to sell them. And then later on, during Futmas, depending on what EA decides to do with it, we'll be able to go over what to do from there. But guys, I hope you did enjoy. If this is your first time on, which it obviously is because this is my first episode, be sure to like and subscribe. Subscribers, I really hope that you do enjoy this, and I hope it helps you out, because like there's no point in just me to just do it all by myself. Like obviously I can trade. I have a few million coins, and I have a pretty nice squad that I like to use. Currently this is like what it is, but it looks different in game. Yeah, I don't want to go too in detail about it, but in general, I hope you guys do look forward, and I'll check you next time.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet.